Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
How you doing? We're going to do another article regarding the SWIFT developments because now things are confirmed. This article by Maxwell Matuma was from September 5th of 2025. That's Friday. Today's Monday, the 8th. In the prior video, we mentioned how SWIFT was trial running XRP, and we've done other videos in that regard. Now it's no longer a trial, it is a confirmation. As SWIFT to enable XRP use and payments steers clear of issuing assets, SWIFT confirms it will support XRP and other digital assets in its payment system, focusing on facilitation, not competition.
Yes, as you've heard, we reported on that development way back in September of last year. Just over 6 months later, we have a new release here from SWIFT. SWIFT names Ripple-linked banks and new payment framework. XRP Army takes notice. DKWILL is also noticing as SWIFT unveils its new retail payments framework. It has caught attention that many of the banks mentioned already have ties with Ripple. Are we surprised? We're not surprised. But we do know that in the past, when I reported on it, and I will put the links up above on the right-hand corner of the videos associated with this topic. Please make sure you watch them. They'll be informative at least. But we do know that it was already stated by Brad Garlinghouse and supported by Ripple. And I actually have in one of the videos a presentation by the leader of SWIFT. I forgot his role. But it was reported that XRP was anticipating having about 15% of SWIFT volume in a very short period of time. And 15% of that volume put them in the neighborhood of trillions, count them, of dollars per day. And this development here shows that SWIFT's latest announcement is gaining widespread attention across the financial sector, not just for its scale, but for what it signals about the future of global payments. And we know here at DKWILL, we've been talking about the future of money, the future of all types of money from the very beginning. And as time passes, it just shows more and more and more that our finger is on the pulse. Oh, we don't have the x-rays to see inside, but we do have the eyes and the mind and the paradigm shift to have the insight.
And if you like the content I'm providing, please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, and then come back for more DK Will Talk About It.
Notably, out of the more than 50 banks named, at least 30 of them have partnered with Ripple with the SWIFT's retail payments framework designed to modernize and streamline cross-border transactions. That's right down Ripple's alley. Cross-border transactions. SWIFT's global payments framework for consumer payments is slated to roll out in 2026. Bringing together more than 50 participating banks. So yeah, they hated on Ripple for being the banker's coin, but that's the direction of money, and they're there waiting with the banks. How many banks? Over 25 key payment corridors are expected to go live, covering major routes across India, the UAE, Pakistan, Australia, the UK, the US, China, and Thailand by mid-2026. Now, we are at the end of first quarter 2026. It says the framework is designed to deliver predictable fees, full value transfers without deductions, end-to-end transaction visibility, and near instant settlement where possible. Full alignment with ISO 20022 messaging standards. We were one of the absolute first channels to even bring ISO 20022 to the attention of social media. At face value, this reflects Swiss reinforcing its position as the backbone of international banking, but it has also fueled discussion in crypto and fintech circles about blockchain-based alternatives like Ripple and its Ripple network, which aim to streamline cross-border payments with faster settlement and lower friction. Swiss evolution meets Ripple's reach, how global banks are bridging traditional payments and blockchain infrastructure. Keep that in mind. Several of the banks mentioned in Swift's update already have ties to Ripple's ecosystem. Asbank was among the early adopters of Ripple-based blockchain payments in Turkey, while ANZ Bank tested Ripple's protocol as early as 2015 to improve cross-border transfers. Now keep that in mind. Infrastructure and protocol. And that's what Swift is going to be using behind the scenes, even if they don't say the words Ripple any more than you say the words HTTPS when you're using the World Wide Web. It is the protocol, it is the infrastructure that's behind the system. And Ripple has commandeered that background noise of controlling the system. Notice how far. In India, Axis Bank has run live RippleNet corridors since 2017. Bank Afala has leveraged Ripple-powered infrastructure for UAE Pakistan remittances since 2020. Beyond these, institutions such as Santander, BBVA, Standard Chartered, HDFC Bank, that looks like the International China Bank there, ICICI Bank, and State Bank of India have all explored and integrated Ripple's technology in different capacities. Global players, including Bank of America, Citigroup, Deutsche Bank, HSBC, and JP Morgan Chase, have all participated in blockchain pilots and related initiatives, underscoring the broader industry shift toward modernized payment infrastructure. And that is what's going on with the delays on the Clarity Act, just like I told you. It's giving the banks the time to get on board because they thought they could stop it, and nothing's going to stop it. Deutsche Bank campaigned Ripple's blockchain infrastructure with Swift to develop an enhanced ledger aimed at speeding up and streamlining cross-border payments, highlighting how traditional message systems are increasingly integrating with distributed ledger technology. Even Bruce of the Big Call talked about this years ago, and I said in one of my videos about him, he doesn't even understand what he's talking about, but he must be telling the truth because he was talking about going to a ledger system. He didn't even know what he was talking about. We did know. Here at DK, we'll talk about it. Banking giants like Morgan Stanley have openly explored Ripple as an ideal Swift alternative based on discussions among more efficiency and lower cost settlements. And that's where I said in my prior videos, Swift is going to get on board. You're either going to join them or you're going to lose them. And so what they're doing is they're integrating the two technologies. They're integrating so that some of the old hats are still there, carrying the old hat names for credibility, but the protocol, the infrastructure, the operational systems behind the names are names like Ripple. The growing intersection between Swift's established rails and Ripple's institutional adoption points to a payments ecosystem that is gradually being reshaped from within rather than replaced outright. Just what I said. The conclusion, Swift's efforts to modernize its global payments infrastructure alongside Ripple's expanding footprint across banking corridors reflect a broader shift in how financial institutions are rethinking cross-border settlement. And here's what I have to say to my audience if you were fortunate enough to come across my channel. Rethink the way you see money. Rethink the way you use money. They're going to make it user-friendly. But rethink what money is the same way only a few reluctant old hats are still writing paper checks. Only probably 30 or 40% of the total global population is still using cash. Everybody's using debit cards and things of that nature. And more people are using WhatsApp and other apps like that to make payments quickly, instantly, absent the banks somewhat. As major institutions, including those linked to firms like Morgan Stanley, continue exploring blockchain-enabled efficiencies, the industry's direction is becoming clearer, reducing friction in global value transfer. Reducing friction, doesn't that sound very much like a Ripple dialogue, monologue even? Yes, it does. They're even speaking Ripple's language nowadays, and not just here, all over the place. In this evolving landscape, distributed ledger technology is not positioned to replace legacy systems like Swift, but to complement and enhance them, paving the way for a hybrid financial ecosystem where traditional networks and blockchain solutions operate side by side. Blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies are the wave of the future. Ride the wave. All the way back in 2018, when I first made a presence on a chat channel, community engagement, I said those words. Nobody knew what I was talking about. Gold and precious metals, blockchain technology, and cryptocurrency are the wave of the future. Ride the wave. And anybody who's subscribed to my channel now knows that what I'm saying is true. Anybody who was with me at the origin knows that what I'm saying is true. And now here we are. I'm going to keep my finger on the pulse. I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe. I'm able to see where the direction of money is going. And if we know where the direction of money is going,
maybe we should try to be there to try to intercept some of it. That's the whole point of the channel. I'm DK Will. This is DK Will Talk About It. And I talked about it.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.